What an event we just had from Amazon here. All kinds of new devices, new technology for us to talk about, and even some new services. Hello automators, thanks for tuning in again. I get to tell you all about this event that I just attended, and you're probably seeing news all over, but there is some incredible things that I have to tell you today, and we have to start with the Echo product. The Echo Show 10 is nothing short of the update we needed. Now this is a $250 device, but you're gonna notice that the screen can pan and tilt, and it features a new 13 megapixel camera for use as a video calling camera on the device. The motors are brushless, and Amazon is actually saying that it is totally silent as it moves around and follows you. Now, what's really interesting about the processing around that is that it's being done as it moves based on audio, or it moves based on video components, things it's seeing. That's all being done locally. So I think Amazon knew we might get a little bit excited if every time we moved in our house, that data was being sent to Amazon. So it's all being processed locally. There's huge new features coming from a video calling perspective. It's going to pan and tilt and zoom to follow you around the room. And we all know Zoom is coming to the Amazon smart displays later, and Amazon Chime video conferencing is available too later this year. So we're going to have video group calling on displays just like this. The sound isn't omnidirectional, which I was a little bit surprised at, but you have dual front tweeters and a woofer on board. So I think you're going to get a great sound experience out of this. One of the other things that I really loved about it was the fact that in the Miss A app now, I'm going to be able to sign in and move the camera around as I see fit. But there's new spherical designs to the Echo and the Echo Dot series, and there's even an Echo Dot Kids version that I'm going to show you in a second. But the Echoes come with a Zigbee hub and a sidewalk hub, and you're going to hear that a few times, or a sidewalk bridge. You're going to hear that a few times on this, and those are both in that Echo Show 10 as well. So you're getting the basis for a lot of smart home integration with just the Echo now. At $100, the Echo plus its 3-inch woofer and its dual firing tweeters, front firing tweeters, I mean, this is going to be a pretty good sound experience, and they're even using that Echo Studio sensing capability to tune to the acoustics of your room. So I think this is going to be a really great speaker for $100. The Echo Dot itself has a 1.6-inch speaker, so it's not going to blow the roof off of your home, but it looks great again. And then they have the Echo Dot with clock version that's going to give you things like timers and alarms, and of course the weather as well, all on board there. And there's a new tap to snooze feature where you can actually tap on the top of the device. This goes for the Echo and the Echo Dots as well. The Echo Dot Kids edition, I mean, these are just plain old cute, and I really love some of the services coming out. Now there's a reading sidekick capability that was demonstrated here during the call, and what I really loved about that was that it provided either encouragement if they're doing great reading a book, or it helped them by maybe rereading a page at the end if they were really struggling. So this becomes a really useful tool for kids learning to read and for kids going to that next level. And the Kids Plus subscription service here, it looks to be replacing some of that, maybe that free time service on the Fire tablets, and it looks to be encompassing a number of additional services. I've been struggling with this personally too. See, you have the kids profiles, or you have the ability to turn on basically the kids mode with your smart displays and your smart speakers from Amazon, but it's something that you either have to turn on or turn off. And what I like is the new voice profiles for kids feature allows it to actually just adjust when they hear a kid's voice to a kid's profile and turn on all those kids features and stop some of the explicit content. To put it lightly, and feature isn't the right word, the new Echo devices are coming with a number of new features for Miss A, but honestly, I can't describe it as a feature because it's changing how we interact with the voice assistant in an incredible way. The first one that I loved probably the most was the ability to teach Amazon's voice assistant on the fly. So I could actually say, Miss A, set the thermostat to Brian's vacation mode. This was the demo they used with a different name, if you could imagine. They didn't use my name. But you say that, and then Miss A asks you, what does Brian's vacation mode mean? And then once you teach it what Brian's vacation mode means, it knows that from that point forward. So you can go back and reference that anytime. And this would obviously change how you're managing your home from a voice perspective. I've been talking about the new text-to-speech technology and their work on this technology. And honestly, they deployed it and it's going to sound fantastic when you're having a conversation with Miss A. The improvement was remarkable. Unfortunately, I can't show you today just yet. Amazon actually started off by talking about their climate pledge. And before you run away, this actually impacts everything about these new devices. See, you get a new low power mode for Echo and Fire TV devices, and we're going to talk about Fire TV soon. But on top of that, you're going to get an energy consumption dashboard that you can look at, and it doesn't just talk about the Echo and the Fire devices. There's compatibility with some of the other connected devices that you have, where you're going to be able to see your energy usage, and then you will get suggestions for making improvements to your consumption. Maybe the craziest new feature was natural turn taking, and what this meant is that you could ask Miss A to join any conversation, and they used kind of two people talking about ordering a pizza and then saying, hey, Miss A, join the conversation. And then they went through an ordering process. Now they had to tell them, we'd like to order a pizza. Miss A suggested something. And then they were able to basically, through a list of the pizzas being read by Miss A, interrupt her and say that one, and she reacted, and then they could change the size of the pizza as they were having this conversation. So it's a really active listening technology that allows you to interact at a different pace than you ever have. There's also a new Amazon Guard. So we have Amazon Guard, which is a free service to kind of listen for a couple of things, but they're extending this further to listen to more and actually do more. So one of the great examples given was that your speaker could actually make the sound of a dog barking if someone was coming up to your place and you weren't around. And then this is a subscription service, so it's $5 a month or $50 a year starting in the US, and it actually has the ability to emergency call for help. This is on top of a new feature enabling you to connect to people you don't necessarily live with and start to get a feed based on how they're using your home, and you really start to connect your homes from the perspective of if you want to talk to these people on a regular basis or you want to understand and maybe help them. And one of the features is the emergency calling, so you can actually set them as an emergency contact and then you can ask Miss A to just call for help. We have a brand new set of Fire TV sticks. So at $40, they're touting 50% improved capabilities or improved speed and processing power, but 50% power usage. And on top of that, you're getting all the HDR and the Dolby processing that you want out of this device. Plus, at that $40 price point, you're still getting the Amazon Voice Assistant remote. Now, the second device is just a Lite version for $10 less. However, the biggest update circles around the actual Fire TV experience. And what Amazon showed us was that you're going to start the experience with profiles now, and there's going to be more direct interaction with the different services that you want to use. And there's going to be even more capability for exploring what Miss A can do for you on the Fire TV experience and get some suggestions back from Miss A. Now, they also demoed the compact UI, which you can actually get right now if you ask for weather on your voice assistant remote or on your Fire TV Cube. You can get this compact UI showing up, but this is part of a full redesign of the Fire TV experience. They also showed a picture-in-picture feature, and of course they featured the Ring cameras, but we gotta talk about the Ring stuff because this was absolutely wild. And the first thing they talked about was end-to-end encryption on your video feeds from anything from Ring and the ability to enable that later this year. But that was actually the small announcement. There's a whole solution for cars, and I gotta read some of this. So there's a new car alarm that plugs into OBD2 ports, and that's kind of your standard diagnostic port for cars. And then you have LTE connectivity, the ability to drive a siren and a notification on if something's happening, if someone's breaking into your car. And then you get emergency crash assistance as well through that device. Now, the new car cam that can be paired with this can actually start a recording, and you can access the recordings through the application and the feed through the application. On top of that, you can start it by just saying, I'm being pulled over, which is something I think very important in the US right now. There's also a new Car Connect system, and it's going to initially work with the USB port in only Tesla cars, but then it's going to be expanded to other systems. And what this is intended to do is take advantage of existing security systems and existing cameras on some of the newer, fancier, more luxury type of cars. The Echo Show 10, I mean, I was blown away by the screen actually moving around and the brushless motor and all of that, but Amazon dropped something even bigger on us because they actually put the Ring Always Home cam out. And this is seriously a drone that will fly around certain paths in your home and monitor your home when you're not away. You can access the feed, and it has its own base station, all for $250. What was crazy was it got crazier because then Amazon put out a new Luna gaming service. So clearly a competitor to Stadia, and we've seen what Google's been doing there. They've had some success and other things they haven't had success with, but this is all built off the AWS platform, and it has serious integration with Twitch, which we know Amazon has been growing massively since they took over. Now, the controller that they're giving you, I mean, it looks like an Xbox controller to me, although the Twitch streamers that they had coming and demoing the system said super responsive, and that's because it's directly cloud connected. So Amazon's saying they eliminated 20 milliseconds of latency off of every button push by directly cloud connecting that controller. And the idea with it is that you don't have to pair it to the different devices as you move throughout your home. You can play it on Fire TV devices, Windows and Macintosh, and can I even say Macintosh anymore? iOS and Android devices. So you could actually move, and the controller had a little flip up arm that you could just kind of grab onto your phone and play right there. And while all of this is a ton of fun, you do have to understand some of these new features that are already available on your existing products, plus the impact of Amazon Sidewalk. That is a major new service that is going to really change how your whole smart home works, especially if you're working with Echoes or Ring products. So go check out the video that's up on screen, get caught up with the rest of what's come to Miss A and the products. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and of course, don't hate, automate.